Good evening. The news bulletin for this Thursday, 23rd April. In local news, in its weekly meeting, the Cabinet of Ministers has approved three major initiatives to mark the country's 50th independence anniversary. These include the first Science, Technology and Innovation Forum to be held from June 24th to 26th, the first National Innovation Fair, and the launch of a new Innovation Awards scheme.
The initiatives aim to promote innovation and support economic growth, diversification, and resilience. The events will bring together government, businesses, academics, and international experts with a focus on new technologies such as artificial intelligence. The program will conclude with the official launch of the Innovation Awards on the 29th of June. Other measures approved by the Cabinet include the Trade Remedies Bill. The law will help protect local industries from unfair trade and sudden increases in imports. Cabinet has also approved changes to the stamp duty rules to support private schools. Under the proposal, private educational institutions will be exempt from paying stamp duty on loans taken to build, expand, or improve their facilities once approved by the Minister for Finance.
The ministry responsible for agriculture and fisheries have provided further details on plans for STC to purchase surplus of fish and agricultural produce from fishermen and farmers. This initiative comes in response to the crisis in the Middle East, which is affecting chicken imports from Brazil, as well as a decline in tourist arrivals in Seychelles, leading to reduced fish sales. STC is expected to acquire 25 tons of surplus fish from 3 local fish processors, as well as 50 tons of chicken from 5 to 6 farmers, in order to strengthen food security stocks. Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Fisheries Authority, Jan Robinson, has stated that there has been a gradual decline in the amount of fish being landed by fishermen.
Approximately around 80 tons per week is being landed at the moment, whereas normally in the peak fishing season of March, April, it would be 100 or more, or slightly more. So we are seeing an adjustment by the fishers to what's happening in the market. It's not that the fish are not there, it's just I think that they recognize the constraints in the market demand. Obviously at some point in the coming weeks, we're seeing signs already we will switch into the Van Sweat. It's important to note that during the Van Sweat, fishing does continue at slightly lower rates. So having this buffer stock with STC and with the processors will help us in that period. I think that's another point that's important to make, as well as the program with STC. The processors themselves will still be maintaining their own stocks and will still be maintaining their own supplies to the local markets. So it's not as if we're relying totally just on STC to help us with this program. On a weekly basis, we're monitoring the activity of both the artisanal small-scale fishery and the industrial fishery. So we're looking at how the crisis has impacted on port activity, mainly by purse seiners. Obviously, longliners use the port less. And what we've been seeing so far is that there's not really been a major decline to date. The purse seine fishery is still very active, both inside REZ for Seychelles flagged and outside for the EU vessels. And Port Victoria is still their main port of call. So as yet, we're not seeing any impacts to that fishery. Similar to during COVID, it's able to keep going. However, I would caution that the high fuel prices are impacting on those operators. They are, if they are maintained over a long time, potentially going to lead to a change in fishing behavior by those industrial fleets. So the sooner those prices come down, the sooner we're likely to see port activity maintain what we expect to see at this time of year.
Staff from the Department of Environment, along with representatives from other environmental organizations, are taking part in a series of training sessions aimed at strengthening their law enforcement capacity. The Department of Environment is conducting the session in partnership with the Police Department at Reflex 3 Bois d'Rose. Vincent Marie, Deputy Commander of the Public Order and Tactical Response Unit within the Police Department, is facilitating the training.
educating the enforcement officers on what is law and how to implement various laws that they have within their ministries. And we are laying the foundation, helping them understand the procedures that comes with enforcing laws and to appreciate where laws comes from, how laws initially was created, so that they have a broad understanding of what they have to do as enforcement officers in their various fields. The main importance of the session is for them to have the confidence in enforcing the various laws and to also know the various procedures. It's important for them to know their powers under their laws, what they can and cannot do, and where the police comes in to assist them as primary custodians of their laws.
The Seychelles Olympic and Commonwealth Games Association (SOGA) has donated a collection of books to the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development. These books highlight the history of Seychellois athletes up to the present day, including their participation in the Olympic and Commonwealth Games. They also share stories of commitment, sacrifice, perseverance, and achievement over the years. The books were officially presented during a small ceremony to the Principal Secretary for General Education and Curriculum, Dr. Gistes Zilim, and will later be distributed to all primary and secondary schools across the country. SOGA President Alain Acedor highlighted the importance of the publication.
This publication is much more than a book. It is a celebration of our nation's sporting journey, our identity, our pride of Seychelles on international stage. For many young people, these athletes are role models who demonstrate that discipline, hard work, and belief in oneself, dreams can become reality. We believe that this book will become an important educational source for both teachers and students alike. It will help our young people better understand the history of Seychelles, appreciate the achievements of our athletes, and remain connected to an important part of our national heritage. It is therefore especially fitting that we are presenting these books today as we join the international community in celebrating World Book and Copyright Day, a day that reminds us of the importance of books as tools for knowledge, inspiration, creativity, and learning.
Seychelles and Russia have signed an agreement to strengthen cooperation in culture, heritage, and the arts. The agreement was signed by the two countries' culture ministers and set out a plan for them to work more closely together. It will create more opportunities for Seychellois artists and cultural groups to collaborate with Russian partners through activities like exhibitions, performances, festivals, and seminars. The agreement also supports cooperation between institutions such as museums, archives, and heritage organizations. They will share knowledge and skills in areas like preserving cultural heritage, education, and documenting important cultural assets. In addition, both countries plan to take part in international cultural events, including film and creative industry platforms, which will further increase visibility and exchange. And with this, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant evening.